How would you feel if you suddenly looked underwater into the faces of a group of lifeless-looking people, stepped on a glowing purple sphere that seemed out of this world? Or if you could dive to the wreck of the Titanic? What researchers are constantly discovering in the world's oceans is shocking and fascinating in equal measure. 12 of the most recent and explosive underwater discoveries we present to you now. Molinar Underwater Sculpture Park. Imagine going diving or snorkeling around for a bit. Suddenly you see a human chain standing at the bottom of the sea. People are holding hands and looking ghostly into the underwater landscape. What would you think and feel? Would you have a shock? Those who accidentally stumble into the underwater diving park in Granada in the south of Spain can truly be faced with a fright. But those who come here on purpose are simply looking for fun and diversion. In addition to human-sized sculptures, the initiators of the facility have placed replicas of relics of numerous cultures of this earth in the park. Inca statues welcome the divers, as well as temples, skulls, or sculptures of modern artists. The underwater park is now one of many of its kind. All over the world, dive enthusiasts are installing parks like this one to protect natural reefs from dive tourism. Ice Finger of Death. The Ice Finger of Death is a phenomenon that certainly no diver wants to encounter. In the Antarctic Ocean, certain temperature gradients can create icy freezing plumes that instantly kill everything around them. Ice fingers form when extremely cold, salty liquid drains from the sea ice into the surrounding seawater and freezes in the process. The fingers can be a few centimeters or several meters long. Eerily, the icy finger of death grows in the depths, freezing all life in its path without warning. Fish, starfish, and sea urchins are shock frozen within seconds. If a diver were to get caught in here, he would have such severe damage in a flash due to freezing of the body parts hit that his life would be in danger. Ice fingers are an impressive but deadly spectacle of nature, showing the raw power and beauty of the ocean. In English, the extremely rare and deadly phenomenon is called a brinacle. A few years ago, the BBC sent a film team to the polar regions to study the phenomenon, and out came an impressive feature shown in the film Frozen Planet: Shining Milk Lake. When famous author Jules Verne described the phenomenon of luminous sea in his novel 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, fans of his books thought the author's descriptions were pure fantasy. Scientists were all the more astonished when they discovered a gigantic area in the ocean showing exactly this phenomenon in 2005. The glow is believed to be caused by bioluminescent bacteria. In certain weather conditions and mineral compositions of the sea, the bacteria begin to spread like lightning and glow. The glowing lake comes in blue, green, and white. This breathtaking natural spectacle shows how even the smallest marine organisms can produce impressive and puzzling phenomena. Scientists are also studying the effect to come up with new ideas for natural illuminants. Who knows? We may soon have feisty little bacteria in our light bulbs providing us with colorful lights. Underwater river. Beneath the surface of the Black Sea lies an amazing wonder of nature, an undersea river. Even more amazing than the river itself seems the fact that the river remained completely undiscovered until a few years ago. Scientists studying the Bosporus Strait in 2010 discovered this deep channel at a depth of 30 meters. This undersea river is quite something. In stretches, it has strong rapids and even waterfalls in places where it suddenly drops steeply. The total volume of the river under the Bosphorus is impressive, exceeding the size of the Thames in England by 350 times. The phenomenon is the result of a unique mixture of fresh water from the rivers around the strait and salty water from the Mediterranean Sea. Different temperatures and flow characteristics create a body of water within a body of water, and a miracle of nature that exists only once on the planet. Bloop Sounds. In the depths of the ocean, scientists use hydrophones to investigate the mysteries of these unknown worlds. The underwater sound recorders pick up not only the noise of ships and the songs of whales, but also strange sounds. The strangest are the bloop sounds, noises first recorded in the 1990s. They come from very specific regions that are unusually deep, such as the Mariana Trench. Some scientists believe these sounds are caused by the breaking of icebergs. while others speculate that they may come from previously unknown sea creatures. The propagation of sound underwater is nothing short of miraculous. Sound is conducted 100 times better and faster in water than on land. The true source of the bloop sounds is therefore very difficult to discern and remains a mystery of oceanography. Giant oarfish. Anyone who sees this animal immediately thinks of a dragon or a sea monster. Probably the giant oarfish was also the godfather of one or another legend of sea serpents and similar nasty beasts. The impressive sea creature is one of the strangest and most impressive creatures of the oceans. The giant oarfish, which lives in the deepest parts of the ocean, grows up to 11 meters long, making it one of the longest and thinnest fish on this planet. Its long, ribbon-like body and silvery color allow the giant oarfish to be perfectly camouflaged. Although fearsome in appearance, the giant rudderfish is harmless and feeds primarily on krill and small fish in the deep oceans. Occasionally, injured or stray specimens of the giant ruddy fish surface or beach themselves on shorelines. Over the centuries, this has most likely led to wild stories and legends about giant sea monsters and sea serpents. Bermuda Triangle. Who doesn't know or has heard of the Bermuda Triangle? But did you know how many ships, people, and planes have disappeared here? Experts came up with 50 ships, 20 airplanes, and hundreds of people who have disappeared forever in the Bermuda Triangle in the last century alone. Many theories range from alien abductions to undersea cities, time folds, or a dimensional gate. Despite modern technology and intense investigation, the Bermuda Triangle remains to this day one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in marine science. Surprisingly, official explanations repeatedly attempt to downplay the events. Allegedly, the rates of disappearances of ships and aircraft are normal, and it is argued that flights and sea cargoes disappear suddenly elsewhere as well. Nevertheless, there are also reports of a few pilots who ran into strange sky gates and energetic disturbances over the Bermuda Triangle and survived. But the reports of these witnesses are strangely also simply ignored. What do you think about the Bermuda Triangle? Let us know in the comments. Purple orb. Off the coast of California, researchers stumbled upon a mysterious, glowing purple object that became known as the purple orb. Never before had any of the marine scientists seen an animal that looked similar or had a similar color. For a while, people thought the purple orb might actually be a creature from an alien world. What do you think? Maybe this purple spot came to Earth piggyback on a UFO? Researchers don't like such explanations so much, and after a thorough investigation agreed that it must be a previously unknown variant of a sea slug. Underwater Stonehenge. In 1926, a German archaeologist mentioned an arrangement of stones similar to Stonehenge in England. However, the Guadalperral dolmen was never found again and was thought to be a legend. Then a drought brought the Stone Age wonder back to light. Shortly after, it was clear that the Spanish Stonehenge had been flooded in 1963 during the construction of a dam. The dolmen consists of a circle of about 150 massive granite stones and is dated to about 5000 BC. Its exact function and significance remain a mystery, as does the construction of Stonehenge in England. Immortal Jellyfish. Turritopsis dohrnii is a jellyfish species that possesses an amazing ability. The tiny polyps first develop free swimming in the water, then when they are older they settle in a permanent location and become a coral-like creature that is half animal and half plant. If a substrate is lacking for them to settle firmly, the little animals use a trick. They simply reverse the aging process and become larvae again. If conditions are more favorable, development goes forward again. This remarkable regeneration process has fascinated scientists around the world and provides insight into the mysteries of biology and may hold the key to immortality. Megalodon Necklace from the Titanic. The sinking of the Titanic alone fills videos, but one Titanic artifact is a truly strange find. A necklace made of gold was found in the remains of the Titanic, with a tooth of a megalodon embedded in it. The megalodon was a prehistoric giant shark that dominated the oceans of this world millions of years ago. This discovery was remarkable not only because of the age and rarity of the tooth, but also because of the context of its discovery. The fact that such an artifact was found on a ship from the early 20th century raises questions about the necklace's owner and the history behind this unique piece of jewelry. Megalodon teeth are found from time to time, but they are extremely rare and very valuable. Mariana Trench. Deep in the Mariana Trench is the deepest known point in our oceans, and presumably the deep-sea crevice holds many secrets. Located in the western Pacific Ocean, the fissure reaches more than 10,000 meters deep. 3 times people have dived down here in submarines and found an amazingly animated world. It's hard to believe that the US Army wanted to sink nuclear waste here about 100 years ago. At the time, it was assumed that the trench was inanimate and that the waste could do no harm deep down in the ocean. But a first deep-sea expedition revealed that life can be found right down to the bottom of the trench. Some mollusks here defy a pressure equivalent to the weight of several jumbo jets concentrated at one point. The trench is now considered a natural wonder and is strictly protected. Unknown 70%. Can we share with you a discovery or possibly thousands of discoveries that have not even been made yet? Yes, in fact, we must. With all these fantastic discoveries, realize that we don't even know 70% of the oceans. Some sources state that only about 5% of the oceans have been studied, which would mean that 95% of the oceans are unknown, including unknown creatures and ecosystems. We can only imagine what surprises await researchers there. At the moment, we actually know more about the cosmos than we do about our own oceans, yet researchers suspect that many wonders lie hidden in the world's waters that could help us better understand our planet. Click subscribe now for more amazing videos coming soon.